Hi everyone, welcome to today's session on planning Erasmus Plus projects. First, I hope you like this cover photo of my presentation today. It was taken in the very center of our town split, in fact in the center of Diocletian's Palace. And hopefully we will meet here one day for your teacher training course and we will enjoy together such beautiful and historically important landmarks. We talked about creating Erasmus Plus project in December, but I'm quite sure you will agree with me that having repeated sessions on such an important and complex matter is inevitable and necessary if we want to make planning process more successful. Following the previously said, I have decided that our meeting agenda should cover at least some basic steps or phases of the process of planning an Erasmus Plus project. We are going to deal with these training session points such as introduction. Here, firstly, I'm going to present what characterizes LinaEdu as an eligible, reliable, and professional teacher training provider. Then shortly about me follows. What comes after deals with not only basics but also points or elements that are crucial in planning the project. For example, what is Erasmus Plus, what makes an Erasmus Plus application successful, what are Erasmus Plus objectives, what makes a successful project team. From the outcomes to the plan, LinaEdu courses related, of course, to Erasmus Plus priorities. And last one, summarizing key thoughts. LinaEdu is an eligible educational provider which offers high-quality teaching training programs to educational professionals who seek the best personal and professional training options, curricula, teaching methods and approaches, but most of all, our trainers' teaching expertise and experience. In our training programs, we deal with points of high educational interests that directly relate to Erasmus Plus professional and personal growth topics of great priority, such as creativity, because we believe that by nurturing creative skills, we are improving other crucial skills that we need in our everyday life, meaning from logical thinking to finding a proper solution and producing a visible result. Then literacy, here it means different kinds of literacy, from traditional reading and writing skills in English to media, information and digital. So that way our programs tend to develop our courses participants' digital competence, what is inevitably connected with more advanced use of technology in the real surrounding and preserving the importance of cultural heritage of any place, especially our town split where LinaEdu originates from. What we are really proud of are specifically designed courses to help teachers with their mindset and physical state and therefore overall health. So we deal with an enormously important issue of teachers' and students' mindfulness and well-being. We differ as well by listening to the needs of educators, and consequently we choose to give such a rare choice of learning matter for educators. I'm talking about entrepreneurship, not only for the purpose of teaching students how to initiate their business skills, but to motivate teachers as well to develop their business ideas. Not least important at all is that we consider citizenship as an equally major matter to deal with, what we prove in our cross-curricular indoor and outdoor activities and field classes. And now let me shortly introduce myself. I am an English language teacher. I have been promoted to the highest level in Croatian educational system. I've been a teacher for 25 years, and during this longish teaching period, I have been awarded 6 times in a row by the Croatian Ministry of Science, Education and Youth as one of the most successful teachers in Croatia. I'm also in charge for about 70 English language teachers at the county level as their training lead educator. And I need to point out as well that I have been participating in Erasmus Plus program since 2012, and I help colleagues with Erasmus Plus practice and disseminate my Erasmus Plus experience continuously, what I'm doing really gladly right now. As a nice icebreaker to warm a little bit up, I would like to ask you a question. What drives you to the process of creating an Erasmus Plus project? Please write down in your project plan, diary, or notepad at least one reason why you want to become Erasmus Plus beneficiary. Don't worry, there aren't any incorrect answers. In fact, this question is the point where you enter the Erasmus Plus world and consider it as the part of a necessary phase you need to go through all the way your Erasmus Plus experience, and that's self-reflection. Later on, we will turn often to self-reflection during our session today, as it is really, really fundamental for project planning and realizing a process. So, okay, I will leave you with that question for a while to list your possible motives to start your Erasmus Plus journey, and I hope you will express your development needs without any problems. Let's start with a few basic information and steps you need to know on Erasmus Plus and take before getting into a serious action of planning. It is EU's program to support education, training, youth and sport in Europe. I need to point out at the beginning that you can't apply solely, I mean as an individual, although there are a few situations that it is possible. The school where you work can apply the project idea that the project team creates and develops. So if you want to participate in Erasmus Plus program, your school or institution is the project carrier and applies as it is. Of course, school representatives need to register the school in the organization registration system if you are planning to participate in one of the actions managed by national agencies under the Erasmus Plus or European Solidarity Corps program and get the organization ID number, or in other words, in short, OID. Application periods are cyclical, meaning that happen 2 times a year, February, March, and October. Here I've put important application deadlines for this upcoming round. 19th of February refers to the Action K1 program, meaning all short-term and accredited K1 projects, and usually K2 round coming shortly after K1 call. This round is on the 5th of March. Of course, Erasmus Plus guide is a necessary manual that you need to keep it open all the time during all phases of your Erasmus Plus activity, from planning to realizing activities and mobilities, and finally post-mobilities phase. Erasmus Plus programs focus on different targeted areas of significant educational importance, but there are always just some of them highlighted to pay a little more attention to, such as for this year, inclusion and diversity, digital transformation, environment and climate action, democratic life, common values, and civic engagement. It doesn't mean that you can't deal with, for example, reading and writing literacy if it is not strongly noted, but those for once are of extreme high priorities that your projects should involve. Which topics are you going to deal with depends on your school development plan that you need to start from. There is the vision your school is heading to, I suppose, and your professional development largely contributes to make it real. We can all agree that these current four ones include a wide spectrum of sub-issues that we can deal with in our projects. And now it's time I need to ask you, for example, which ones? Write your answers on the paper, please, and thank you for that. It's really important in the course of your watching this session to actively think about all these parts we are talking about in order to develop your comprehension. Let me help you to see what could be covered as the part of this priority, digital transformation. I suppose you have some ideas right now. Yes, for instance, media and information literacy could be that one as well. All right, what I'd like to ask you next is, have you already started writing a project? If yes, think more of topics you will cover in this project. For example, how do they relate to Erasmus Plus priorities? Write down your notes and please be precise and specific while you're doing that. Excellent. I suppose you have matched your issues your project is about to the Erasmus Plus priorities. If yes, you are on the right way. These listed issues we need to always have in our mind as our constant priorities, not just set by Erasmus Plus, but taken as a civic standard, are nothing less than the main four mentioned priorities. Moreover, they are called features as essential characteristics of what Erasmus Plus promote and stand for. Here I would emphasize this one a little bit more, communicating projects and their results to maximize impact. Just for the purpose of drawing your attention to the project application part, you need to be detailed, of course, but also not ever forget that dissemination of project results and impact is everlasting, so it is continuous and it should never end. Otherwise, the impact of the project would be weak and insignificant, what is not the point of Erasmus Plus at all. Dissemination has to be as wider as it can be, meaning that by constant showing your project results to larger and more various levels of education and local community, you're applying the results deeper with higher quality because you are using them actively. You are transferring your experience and knowledge, and you are teaching others about their use or importance. And of course, they are the basis for the next plan that comes naturally. So to simplify that policy, the more the better. When I was thinking about what to highlight as the most important parts which every successful application has, these 4 points obviously come as those ones. Taking into consideration that impact of keeping European values at your school needs to be further and longer, the better and more visible, meaning that your school lives European values through activities that you plan to do. Not only you as an individual teacher there, but all levels of your institution are actively involved. It brings to school a valuable recognition as a school which nourishes acceptance of cultural differences, wider perspectives and knowledge, and it is, of course, open to many possibilities that lead school towards gaining large goals. The school then is open to collaborate and create worth international projects that spread the idea of belonging to European values, motivating teachers, school staff, and students to learn other languages, to experience the richness in differences that Europe abounds in, by visiting those partners, cities, and countries to learn how to work together in team and eventually to make a long-lasting partnerships. So if you still ask yourself why to choose to step in Erasmus Plus, I think these reasons are already enough to motivate you to start writing your project application. Do you agree with me? I suppose you do. Yes, we can say that we are all on the same page when it comes to Erasmus Plus experience. Proceeding to the next ones, meaning that we need to talk about aligning project activities with the priorities we previously talked about is really extremely crucial. If they are not connected but only floating written units without central bond, then your project lacks deeper and more solid vision. You can't plan to do something in your project and forget about the Erasmus Plus priorities and objectives. Then you lose the point of achieving that needed and wanted developed level through Erasmus Plus program. It is obvious for anyone who reads that kind of disconnected plan, not to mention your well-qualified NA evaluator, that you don't have a strong will and plan to make change there with your growth, therefore your school development. I believe that you tell your students to stick to the assessment criteria while preparing an assigned project which is going to be evaluated, or while writing an essay as well, in order to not to lose the direction and keep their attention to all evaluated elements that needs to be successfully done. The same thing, you need to be careful all the way of writing application is to follow the project assessment criteria. An application can receive a maximum of 100 points for all criteria relevant for the action, so go for that maximum. Why not? Nothing less. If you are less self-confident about your plan, be sure that it is so obvious that is almost tangible. As a good team is a backbone of any project, the same case is with the Erasmus Plus. In this case, I will definitely say that project team brings a precious value to the performance of any project phase. We have now mentioned all the components that make a project application successful. So to sum up, we need to point out that when you have a good, precise strategy and plan, how to achieve your development goals, included a precisely determined dissemination and use of the project results, then you can expect positive evaluation. When you write the application, you need to know that there are text fields limitations. In other words, number of characters are limited. What I find personally good, because it stops me from repeating myself and losing the sight of leading guidelines of my project that I'm writing. Well-written application means that the project idea has been clearly explained and in detail. What's tricky here, and it is usually difficult to write, to express a precise plan. That happens if we don't have clear future vision and we are still wandering around our development path. There are major 3 steps to take when you create your project plan. First, define needs. Your and your project team's professional needs have to match to the school development plan in order to get a clear idea of what you want. Always make sure that connection is clearly explained. Those needs lead to reaching the goals because they lead you to create project activities to achieve the objectives finally. The objectives always remember your test you give to your students and how you measure their achievements. So the objectives need to be measurable, realistically reachable. Here, be careful not to list objectives that are abstract or that beyond your abilities and capabilities, and that they can be applied in the context of your project, real surrounding context, not imaginary one that is not even mentioned, developed, or explained, and of course disconnected from the Erasmus Plus priorities and objectives. Think of a simple example. When you plan your lesson, it is recommendable not to go for too many outcomes you want to see achieved at the end of your lesson, because if there are a lot of those outcomes, there is a great possibility that you will not achieve some of them. It's a real prediction due to many reasons, for example, lack of time, scarce students' responses, and slower rhythm of their acquisition, etc., etc. It is similar to with your Erasmus Plus project. So ask yourself, what do we want to achieve? Is it possible? And now you're automatically at the step 3. What activities you need to create and do in order to reach those objectives? Are they really appropriate and well designed to get to those objectives? Are they related to our needs, where we started from? Now you see again that the point of a successful project application is a strong connection line, like this one, the red one, that holds every single part of a plan tight and makes a sense, makes a stable, justified, reasoned unit. There are 2 types of objectives you need to think about when you are preparing your project. General ones, such as educational, professional, and personal development, sustainable growth, strengthening European identity, and active citizenship. On the other hand, you need to specify some objectives related to your school and professional development that is incorporated in the school development plan. Don't forget to set your plan the way that cooperation, high quality, inclusion and equity, creativity and innovation cause excellent results that showcase your project success. Here are some examples what specific objectives should refer to and what they should be like. Describe, for example, change that brings benefits for the participant in the project and institution. Connected to the objectives as well and priorities of Erasmus Plus program and K1 activity. Connected also to the previously described needs and problems of the applicant institution. And of course, don't forget SMART methodology when you define your objectives using that kind of methodology. They need to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. And specific example is enable establishing a sustainable, up-to-date, highly practical, engaging, and motivating extracurricular program. Why not? Some colleagues have already asked me how to choose a project members team, and I would definitely say that selection needs to be clear and fair. It is also a part of a process that requires analysis and self-reflection, and highly serious part of the process is to choose the right team. It doesn't need to be a big one, but members need to be motivated. They need to be aware that the project is a long-distance journey that requires highly responsible project team members, and it can be challenging in some parts. So dedicated members to their professional development and achieving project goals as well as their personal ones are wanted and needed. Keep in mind that, as I said before, the more the merrier does not always work in this case. This title from the outcomes of the plan works for lesson planning, and in my opinion it could be applied to clearer analysis to defining a plan structure. So start from the end. From final outcome, go backwards to the core of the project. You will get to the point and a clear structure follows then. Now I would like to ask you the most challenging question you will face in the project application. It is not easy to determine the impact. That's why your project idea needs to be clear to you and your team. When it is understandable, expectable, and provable, then the answer is there. The question is, what impact do you want to leave on your students' education and development by participating in Erasmus+. While you are thinking about it, find connections to the school development plan. You need to specify the impact. I hope you are on the right way to get the answers. LinaEdu Teacher Training Erasmus Plus courses refer to those Erasmus Plus priorities. That's definitely. Our courses programs cover almost each of them. This year it's our plan to design a teacher training course dealing with environment and climate issues. We have English language skills courses, a video teacher course that is highly useful because it enables a teacher to be self-sufficient by making own teaching material and recorded it as a shorter video. Its structure is based on methodologically and pedagogically approved parts and elements of a well-designed lesson. It is also a flipped classroom teaching material, fully fit newer generations of students because it contains elements that make lesson comprehension adjusted to their needs. We have art and English language course that gives us a unique chance to learn how to successfully combine two subjects, English and art, that are done at the same time, same place, and the same students in order to prove cross-curricular possibility to achieve extracurricular program. You can expect here bursts of creativity, finding logical solutions, teamwork, and linguistical improvement. There are two more than attractive courses like Sensational Teaching and Unlock Your Wellbeing Code. A Healthy Teacher offers more. There are as well neatly designed courses to answer teachers' needs for improving their mental and physical state, as well to deliver techniques and activities they can also use in their classrooms to help their students with more efficient learning. Goal setting trains teachers how to keep their motivation steady and how to reach set goals. What is extremely important, especially in challenging times of rapid changes of education methods, impact of technology altogether mixed with the burden of paperwork. There is a photography and AI visuals course, one more creative and up-to-date content that teachers will find totally engaging, interesting and educative, along with learning develop techniques of making visuals with the use of prompts that are not easy to make at all. We have also a course for younger teachers and the less experienced ones who need methodological and pedagogical support to strengthen their teaching skills. And last but not the least important, on the contrary, in fact, a unique course that enables teachers to learn entrepreneurship skills and possibly set their business. Also qualifies teachers to deliver the same knowledge to their students and motivate them to develop their future enterprises. So feel free to browse our website and download our courses programs and of course choose some of them that best fits your Erasmus Plus project. Here we are at the end of our session and the reflection is left to be done. There are questions we need to ask ourselves right now in order to make our project application more successfully written. So take those questions as a shorter homework task that you will do together with your project team, and take your time and write your thoughts. The questions refer to all these parts that we have done previously in this session, and they are the topic you want to improve in your teaching, your professional development needs achievable in Erasmus Plus project, what kind of activities would best suit your professional development, and what will you do about the planning Erasmus Plus project after this training. And for the very end, here is our plan and agenda in short, as we are your reliable and fully professional project partner. We have 2 confirmed courses, photography and AI visuals, and unlock your well-being code, Healthy Teacher offers more. They will surely be held in splits in March. And of course, you are all welcome to join us as well. There is also a plan to continue with publishing free teaching materials. So check our YouTube, check our weblog and socials to use our tips and tricks and our experiences there that we write and put really often. There is a new webinar, more precisely to say online workshop on the 7th of February this year, so really soon. And it is about teachers' mindfulness. You can expect great tips and tricks how to maintain and how to gain and maintain teachers' mindfulness. And of course, announcing and coming project-based learning courses and basic English, and our plan is to do much more in 2025. Thank you for your attention, and I hope you find this material helpful, and we wish you a lot of success with your project applications. So keep following us if not yet. Subscribe to our channel and follow us on our socials. See you in Split, Croatia. Bye bye.